It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness. Our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready. It's Thursday night.
Last we left off, the Mighty Nine and Bell's Hells had trekked to Ruidus and had set up themselves at the point of plan divergence towards the core and the Weave Mind. Meanwhile, we came back to Vox Machina, that were helming the assault on the Malleus Key itself, and as such drawing attention away from their more subtle plan within the depths of the Ready Moon. They gathered their forces, found old friends who were now centaurs, then prepared themselves in Vasselheim, gathered allies, bolstered themselves, and joining a number of other sky ships that descended after the initial beginnings of the assault, landed within the middle of the Tishtan excavation site, the massive ancient stronghold now risen through the psychic powers of the Weave Mind, broken and standing, frightening. They battled their way through the core of where they had landed, heading towards where the Malleus Key currently stood. And we left off just as they began to find the core of their goal. Everybody, if you'd like to come back to the table, please.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's there.
Oh, no.
It's there, it's there, it's there.
Oh, no.
Wow. We're danger close. We're danger close.
Oh.
All you see is the extremely bright, almost eye-harming red glow at the top where the bloody bridge itself is currently firing up to the red moon. And you can see like the glowing specter of shapes like descending who knows what distance along that beam atop.
Before we go, I'm just going to sort of turn to Keyleth and say, real quick, I know this is unanswerable, but like, if it comes down to it, and there's a choice between leaving Vax like this or destroying him, which would you rather have him be?
Whoa,
If we
skin, man.
Leave him like this.
leave him
We'll
like
find
this
a way
because
to
we
save
can
him
figure it the
afterwards.
fuck out.
Okay.
Don't destroy him.
We're clever.
Okay.
We'll figure it out. Put him in the fridge box.
Keyleth?
Oh, I do have
Yeah. Yeah.
Two flashes arrive, and you watch as two more.
It might be time to move.
Go.
All right. Let's
Okay,
move.
so it's me, Scanlan, and Leavtel trying to get to the beacon. I am going to cast Freedom of Movement
Perfect.
on both myself and Scanlan.
Whoa, excuse me.
Nice.
I'm going to, instead of stealthing slowly across the battlefield, I'm just going to dimension door right back behind that tent.
All right, and you are in the back over there.
That's so cool.
I'm gonna aim right in the middle of all these fuckers right here,
Okay.
and I'm gonna load my bow up with an explosive arrow.
Let's
All
go.
right, so you pull
Thank
one
you,
of,
darling.
one of the
Boom,
first
boom.
specials. Go ahead and pull back the arrow.
And as soon as I see them moving,
All right.
I am going to use my Blessing of the Everlight, and I'm gonna, that's a third level.
Wings sprout out.
You got it. Your wings emerge, beautiful, golden. Your feathers expand this angelic figure that is Pike Trickfoot.
Get some.
Stretch him out, stretch him out.
All right, so starting this off, simultaneous runs here. You kind of charge out, making yourself a big target, shooting gallery style. Vex.
20. 20.
Oh
my God.
Whispered it.
This is how you begin.
Yeah.
So this guy just takes the arrow and is about to lean forward before detonates from within. He is taken out. However, the sound of the detonation, all eyes in the battlefield shift over in that direction, and then see this like this kind of broom riding, glowing symbol of hope kind of getting ready to notch another arrow back into it. Percy.
Yeah.
Surprise, surprise, you're up first.
Okay.
No mercy. No mercy.
Yeah, I know. So I'm going to. I don't like that guy up there. So I'm going to. I'm going to take bad news. I'm going to burn for a Deadeye shot to get advantage.
Gun goes off, blasts the Rylorn Thought Eater. You see as the blast impacts, puts its hand up, and this like psychic shield kind of absorbs the entirety of the blast.
Whoa.
It doesn't even hit the Rylorn.
Whoa.
But you do see the psychic shield kind of like almost like crack a bit before fading from view.
Is that bad news too?
Oh, bullshit. I'm going to take another shot.
The second blast, that shield shatters and takes it in the shoulder and like looks back in your direction.
Shield down.
The shield some sort of psychic shield seems to have blasted apart from the impact. And you hear in your head, "I'll devour your ego."
Ooh.
So I'm going to dip down.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to
Would not dip, you dip, we dip.
sprint. I'm gonna dash
70 feet.
30 feet. Or sorry, it would be 60 feet total.
Right,
Or
moving
be-
twice.
Moving twice.
Your speed is 35.
Not as an earth elemental.
Oh, never mind.
So 30
Sorry.
puts you about.
Yeah.
Yep, you'll be
Trying to
about
math this shit.
Okay, and
everyone else
I'm gonna
is
stay
fast.
under the ground.
Okay.
I hope that that's not a mistake.
All right. That finishes your turn.
Liquid or
Yeah.
mud?
All right. End of your turn. That heavy, like buzzing sound gets louder and louder, and that shadow seems to emerge out of the dust. You see the numerous claws of a Vidulch, but a Vidulch from above,
What?
and of a size you've not encountered.
What?
As it descends down and crashes into this piece of rock, smashing it to pieces. It impacts.
that's huge. It flies.
From your perspective, those who aren't on the ground next to it, it would be Vexalia and Grog atop it. You notice that it has a massive bit of barding and what looks to be like a saddle affixed to the top of
The dude.
where on top you see a massive armored Ryloran juggernaut figure with spiked armor, clutching onto the front of it with a gnarly hook-looking mace that hangs from one side of his armored belt, and a massive barbed glass blade that emerges from the other hand as he stands up. This kind of like psychic chatter just blasts out in the radius, filling all of your minds.
No.
Children, it's feast time. Scrag. Show them a welcoming.
At which point, it just streaks. You watch as its armored plates kind of arming out, and multiple different tones, like a discordant harmony of various screeches emerge from the core of this Vidulch. What? And it's going to go ahead and take its turn. Scrag is going to spin first, and it's going to go ahead and take of its. It's going to take
5 attacks!
Yeah. Mandible strike against. I'm just going to do a couple scythe claw attacks against you first, Percy. So 4 of the attacks miss on you. It gets frustrated, turns. It's going to do its mandible attack on you, Lievtail, since you're the one that's right there. The razor mandibles come at you for 21 points of piercing damage.
Okay, cool.
Rears back and just emits this massive spray of acid outward. I need Vex, your Summon Planetar, and Lievtail to make dexterity.
But we're
saving
still
throws.
stealth,
And
right?
advantage. And we get advantage.
Take 19 points of acid damage.
Okay.
And Lievtail?
21 for both my planar ally, the diva,
And you?
and Leo.
So 19 points of acid damage to each of you.
Cool. First.
A singular Ryloran troop lands from the bloody bridge. as
Okay,
more
we definitely gotta get that
So
shit
they're
down.
gonna keep.
we gotta
They're
take
gonna
out the
keep
bridge.
popping through.
Yep. Okay.
I mean,
okay.
the army is coming.
We gotta stop the bridge.
So Liev is going to turn to the Harbinger and say, Harbinger, get me to the Malleus Key. And she is going to cast freedom of movement on herself. And then I just wait to be carried.
Okay. As it leaves the attack radius of Scrag, it does a. That's gonna go razor mandibles. 21 points of piercing damage.
Yes.
To your Planetar plus. That's a rougher roll. 24 points of acid damage.
The three-headed white raven is looking pretty fucked up.
Okay. Finishing the strikes go. Grog, you're up with Scanlan on deck.
I'm gonna try and leap up onto this platform
Okay.
and say, "You over here!" Because I don't have any other putty. Sure. And can I take? I'm gonna take 2 attacks against this column, knowing that the Titanstone Knuckles do siege. Oh yes!
Killer is destroyed. With you on it, go ahead and make an acrobatics check for me.
Oh yeah!
Big boy!
Just gonna land a dismount.
3 point.
3 point!
Oh, look at that.
21.
21? Okay. So you managed to catch yourself.
More pops!
One foot up. Split ankle.
You glance inside, and you see 2 Vanguard soldiers who are cowering in the corner. They're both like, they're holding shields or have them at the ready, their weapons, and they're both just kind of like hiding in the corner, and they see you and go,
If you don't want this, stay inside.
they just nod.
That's
All right, that finishes your go. All right, Grog's done. Scanlan, you're up.
With Scanlan's hand!
Yeah, baby.
I'm going to cast Scanlan's hand at 6th level,
Okay.
and I'm going to punch the tower.
You're going to punch the tower. It hits the tower. It impacts it, and as the mass of your Archon fist slams into it, you see the tower kind of like whatever impact is there, the bloody bridge kind of like flickers for a minute, but then holds it steady. It looks like it wasn't quite enough to leave a heavy impact.
It has a higher AC than my punch did.
Oh, shit.
It is now the Sunder King Ozo Cruth's turn.
Boo.
Fuck.
Ozo kind of glancing around from on top, his mount kind of like lets go of the front of the saddle-like throne that's built onto the back of Scrag, his Vidolch. He kind of leans on it on one side and glances around. He sees you, Vex, up in the air, and he goes, he's gonna take his glass sword and release it, and it kind of hovers in the air, and he goes, and it fires off to you 60 foot.
But I think the Dawnfather would consider him an enemy.
Oh,
Yeah.
excuse me.
So if he hits me, he's gonna take 4d6 radiant damage and be knocked prone.
Ooh. Okay.
That hits me.
All right. So, as it like, and it stabs you in the side, as it sticks in, you can feel like the barbed edge of it kind of like hook into your flesh through the armor. But you go ahead and blast him. He gets blasted back onto his saddle, spends half his movement to get back up into it. And now the blade is stuck in your side, and he goes and pulls the blade and you with it.
Oh, shit! He went fishing!
You are dragged into melee with him. The ground over by Grog bursts out, and you watch as this massive, strange, kind of invertebrate worm armored creature with spines along its body burst out of the ground
What is
and
happening?
look down.
Oh, God.
Oh, that is horrific. Those legs are fine.
What the
Oh my god!
This is Clash of the Titans! Vorak, take your pick.
And as the creature turns its head down in your direction, Grog, you can see its mouth kind of opens wide, and there are dozens of smaller, like, arm-like tendrils, like, reaching out from inside.
No.
Ozo's Baneworm is going to go ahead and make 2 strikes on you, Grog.
Jeez.
As it smashes towards you and the hands reach for you, you can feel like the ends of these weird like finger tendrils that come out of its mouth are all serrated and like dragging across your flesh, which is where all the piercing damage comes from. And its mouth begins to close around you, but in that moment where the darkness almost swallows you whole, you pull out of the way, manage to avoid being consumed.
Holy shit.
Wow.
That's going to finish Vorak's turn. Sarkonos.
If I could use my movement to can I mantle this wall and kind of try to climb
Is it fire
up here?
elemental? I'd say
Then he's just going to sort of raise his big firearms out, and you just see these little sparks and 5 little fireballs kind of shoot up, and as you see it, it kind of materializes, because I'm going to cast at level 5 Conjure Animals. And they take the form of these little peregrine falcons.
Are they going up to here?
Yeah, I'm going to send them like... This is with
showing me nothing.
With Vex there, it's tough, but I want to try to sort of like send them bombing in a line, kind of like like that.
Yes.
So where they're gonna avoid hitting Vex, but potentially have to make the Sunder King and his mount do like a dex save.
Sure, yeah. As they all arc by the bladed movement of these incredibly fast creatures that you summon, just arcing past and through, and kind of are kind of floating now around the wings, the strange kind of veined wings of Scrag that are just kind of like, as it's not currently flying at the moment. The blading like streaks by an Ozo, like
hate it.
looks up and sees you, and it just doesn't seem to pay mind other than the wounds it took. And it's like has one eye on you before the other begins to shift back towards Vex'ildan with his mace in his right hand. It kind of like gives you a little bit of with this bladed arm, kind of like a come hither. Pike, you're up.
I want to do a sunburst on the Malleus Key.
That's going to be
Sweet.
probably like right there. In which
Okay.
case you can you're missing Liev Tell in her conjuration, but you're hitting everything else in this area,
Damn.
including
Okay.
not Ozo, but you are getting his Scrag.
Okay. All right. That's 32 points of radiant damage.
He takes 30 points of radiant damage. He is singed badly by it.
Does the key to like the key? Because I was also trying to just
The tower?
the tower. Sorry.
The tower? Here's what I'll say. It does not damage the tower, but what it does is it is a very bright burst of light, which lights up all the nooks and crannies of its odd maze-like construction. So I'll say for the next round, anybody who wants to inspect the tower gets to do so at advantage because of your burst.
Cool. Okay.
However, the effect of the sunburst is on a failed save, they are blinded for 1 minute, right?
Yeah.
So for that,
It's a DC 19.
Scrag is
blinded.
blinded.
Scrag is blinded. Vorak is going to go ahead and make another attack on you, Grog, with disadvantage. Okay. Disadvantage, it's going to be 20. Hits, okay. As Grog is slamming his axe into this creature, feasting time indeed has begun as Vorak bites down on Grog and pulls back, and Grog is nowhere in sight.
Yeah!
Alrighty.
Get me closer.
That's a first.
The vanguard that are blind. This one's going to rush off in this direction. He did not see Grog get eaten, so he's going to run over this way and dash to try and get to where he is. But
Get eaten too.
doesn't know where Grog is. This gentleman here is going to go ahead and rush over this way to join the fray, and then kind of trip and fall, and then dash over, and that's
One of these guys
his
got
turn.
run into a rock.
He's just like, ah!
Imagine for Keyleth, this sounds like living on the bottom floor of an apartment complex. It's just like,
This one here is
Bozo
going to go
Cruth.
ahead and focus in the center of the beam where it's crackling upward, and it's going to channel its attention through that focal point to give it an extended range. What it's doing.
That's a cool.
You kind of like glance over in the direction, you see it kind of glowing, and this like weird pulsing, almost like an extension of a shockwave, like heading towards you, and like it kind of glings off your armor and hits the ground. A second one's coming towards you. 22 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
And you cannot take reactions until the end of its next turn.
No.
As your brain is like suddenly blasted with angry psychic energy. This one over here is, since it's only within range of you, Lievtel, you rush to the key, man, and they're all right there. It's going to attempt to psychic slam you off of your mount. It's 26 to hit.
Definitely.
All right, so you get
Yeah.
yanked off of your mount, and you plummet to the ground. And from there, with its secondary attack, it's going to lean over, and it's going to attempt to psychic ravage you while you're on the ground.
Wait, this is the second attack?
15 points of psychic damage. Yes. And you cannot take reactions till the end of your next turn.
Okay.
I'm looking for weaknesses. I'm looking for objects that clearly can be, like, I have a sense of, like, we're supposed to remove some sort of source.
Okay, perception or investigation check. Your call.
That would be...
And you have advantage on this because of your sunburst last round.
28.
28.
Okay.
You glance over and see, like, as the glow is kind of dissipating from that sunburst, you can see throughout all the kind of spider webbing network of arcane runes that weave through it, all of them seem to push to two certain points on the tower. There's one right over here, and there's one right below where the glow of the bloody bridge is. That shrike is dangerous. You see a Rylorn rushing towards you, itself like surrounded in serrated bladed chains, and it's moving quickly, and it looks like it's whirling the chain around it psychically while having arm blades like Predator out at the ready.
Pulling out my walking stick.
Okay.
Giving a little tap. Suddenly, about 60. Actually, it has a name. So
You don't have to hear it, just do it.
I pull out my Greythorn stick. Give it a little tap. About 100 little tiny razor blades pop out. I look for a soft point, and I'm just going to take a slashing attack.
Takes the hit.
I'm then going to fencing stab it forward and pull a little hidden trigger. And I am going to shoot him with the Greythorn stick.
All right, so he's blasted back kind of underneath.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do.
Yes.
By Ashley Johnson.
I'm gonna hold on to my necklace.
To
And I'm gonna
stress
say,
response.
time for a little protection, buddy. And I'm gonna bamf trinket out with my free action to where he's directly behind Ozo.
Look at that bitch.
And then bonus action.
Yeah.
I'm gonna disengage.
Okay.
And I'm gonna fly off of the fucking thing.
Alrighty.
And then I'm going to sharpshooter Ozo.
Okay.
And because Trinket's there, I get sneak attack on him.
Correct. That is 72 points of damage to him on that one attack.
I want to cast Earthquake.
This always goes well.
I want to cast Earthquake.
Uh-huh.
It's a 100-foot radius.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to do a little bit in front of the tower, kind of like here-ish.
Yes.
Oops. Mercy, I'm sorry.
No! Hands.
I'm sorry. I'm shaking.
The ground
We talk
in the
with Sam
entire
about this
area
on the
becomes
hot side
difficult
the whole
terrain.
time, I swear.
Okay, so everything around becomes difficult terrain. The ground is shaking now.
You can figure this.
Howard is 50 bludgeoning damage to any structure in
Laura's
contact with the
pissed.
ground. So everything in this, everything here.
No, I'm nervous.
Yeah.
So yeah, this tent is destroyed. Everything kind of shifts. Cracks begin to like appear in the parts that are stone and the parts that are metal. Kind of like like creaking horrible sound of like large swaths of metal just beginning to bend and shift. Its points beginning to become weaker.
I hope this wasn't a mistake.
That was about 200 points.
Also, it's 5d6 bludgeoning damage to every creature that doesn't make it. Right.
Because we did our here.
Where's my pen?
Okay. 5, 10, 14.
14. All right. So the two guys that are trying to run, they both take that damage and then fall prone and are currently buried in rubble.
Take that.
They're just like, oh god. Alrighty. That guy who is blinded and running is now screaming. He also fails. He falls, and actually he gets crushed. He's gone from the blast earlier, so he's
Amazing.
taken out. The worm takes the damage, but is unaffected. Both of the shrikes up there fail. They're both knocked prone, and they are buried in rubble.
Nice.
They have to tell you just kind of get jostled around, right? Scam, I need you to make a dexterity, or sorry, a strength saving throw? A dexterity.
You have freedom of movement.
Oh, I rolled a 10, but I have freedom of movement, which means something.
Means you're immune to
No
becoming prone
paralysis
and
or-
everything, so you're fine.
Yeah, you can't be knocked down.
Scrag
Is he gonna be prone?
fails. Scrag falls prone onto the ground. His legs kind of, it crumples out. It's
feeling
Spider
weight
and roll
on it.
Yeah.
The shrike that succeeded, I will say, gets partially crushed by it.
Yes.
He's gonna try and make no, he fails a dex save, so he takes 16 points. He gets crushed. He's dead.
Is that fellow within 60 feet of Liev?
He is.
She will use, it's not a reaction, Keeper of Souls, and I will steal his number of hit dice as life force to myself.
Oh, great.
That is cool.
Yeah,
love
that would
that.
be 8.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. As the structures all crack, you watch as the tower itself, which is fairly resilient in the structure, kind of like shakes. As it does, the bloody bridge kind of flickers, and you see 2 points at its base begin to like tense. It is certainly affecting the tower. The Weave Mind through the tower are going to attempt to slam you to the ground. As the orb begins to flicker up, you see the spectral image of one of the Weave Mind figures kind of reach its long, thin, kind of spindly fingers out in your way, and then kind of do this.
Oh no.
And you feel your hands move the broom beyond your control, straight down, and you go full speed into the ground with all of your intent and the broom's speed. So you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage, and you are prone on the ground.
Okay.
Just knocked onto the ground.
Okay.
Liev, Tell, you're up.
All right, Liev will stand, somewhat battered. I will have her trudge her last bit of 15 of movement on a diagonal towards the rear of this thing. As she walks, she says, I left Raven's Crest for this purpose. Lady, I am here to serve your will. Your champion's prison lies before me. Unlock his fetters and pull that beacon to me, and I will use divine intervention.
Come on!
Asking the matron to rip the beacon free of this thing and deliver it into my hands.
Okay. As these mutterings escape your lips, Liev, Tell, the brightness of the sunburst from last round that has faded now seems to be consumed with shadow. Darkness, like an eclipse, seems to darken this space in the middle. As it does, you see what looks like black unfurling tethers of silk kind of from this kind of shapeless shadow. And as it does, you watch as hundreds of ravens scatter out from this dark space, the sound of their cawing just causing this terrifying din that overshadows any other horrifying sounds of the battlefield around you. As they scatter out, you watch as they cling entirely. The entire tower now looks like it's made of black ravens, shifting and undulating as their wings flap and move, and you just see the hundreds of little red glowing beating eyes of them as they cling to it. As that happens, the tower seems to shift again. A central cluster of them burst outward and just evaporate, leaving just a section of the tower exposed, where you see like the cracked housing has now kind of been pulled open slightly, and you see this kind of strange purplish gray glow, like now exposed to the air. More ravens delve in. They get disintegrated as well, and with each cluster of this cloud pushing inward, more of the tower's kind of armored central core around this strange ancient relic that seems to be the one of the major power sources for this tower is exposed further and further until the final bits of the tower that surround it, like the armored edge of it, are pulled away with the last cluster of ravens themselves being destroyed along with it. Now, you see the tower stands, but the central part of its midsection is just framework, strange arcana machinery, and the dodecahedron-shaped beacon kind of just floating in space right there. It has been left exposed.
Nice.
Okay. So just to clarify, that was beautiful. I loved every second of it. I said deliver it to me, but the divine. I said I loved it.
Not what I ordered.
That's where I didn't know if
Delicious,
it's those
but no
words,
thank you.
But I know that you have to measure how much or little a divine intervention does. So it's hovering in space.
It's hovering still in the
It has been delivered to be
to the
plucked.
party. Yes.
And with your finger.
And has provided you an absence of resistance
Yes.
at the moment.
Then I will use a bonus action to cast Healing Word on myself.
All right, Grog. Top of your turn, inside Vorak. First thing that happens is you take...
Kamille.
18 points of acid damage.
I will go into a frenzied rage.
Okay.
And I will with my blood axe, I assume pressing against me.
You are restrained, yeah.
Yeah, I will try and grind against the inside of whatever wet tissue is in here and make reckless attacks. That's 24 points of damage with 3 points of necrotic.
Got it.
61 points of damage on the second one. 21 on the third one. 3 points of necrotic.
All right, so that's over 100 points of damage in that one round against it. It's going to make a Constitution saving throw. Oh, look at that, it fails. As it vomits you back up. Yeah! Right there, kind of prone on the ground next to it, as you just carve through its inside, and it emerges you from there, and with it a large, splashing spiral of that strange molasses ichor from the inside.
Ugh.
Scanlan, you're up.
Hit something with your hand again.
I'm not gonna hit. I'm gonna grab. It's exposed.
Yeah.
I will reach up the hand as my bonus action and pluck it, like the womanhood of a no.
You are such a horse.
The hand reaches towards the beacon in the center. You watch as the fingers, the vibrant purple color of your hand begins to turn to a gray. And there is a clashing of arcana here. I need you, go ahead and roll d20 and add your charisma.
26.
26. 20.
Yes.
Nice.
So at the minute that it feels like the spell's about to be canceled out, you feel like the threads of your spellcraft beginning to be unwoven. You redouble your efforts and concentrate. You've prevented gods from escaping your grasp. And you push through as this magical hand grips this strange relic. And as it does, the hand kind of, and you see 6 or 7 hands appearing at different sides, flashing, almost like realities are colliding. Some hands of different shapes, different colors. And for a second, you see 7 different versions of Scanlan in 6 different timelines, one of which he's a ghost, one of which he is a king. And in that moment, your kind of eyes come back to reality, and the hand pulls the beacon free from the center of the tower, at which point the bloody bridge shuts down, and you see these glimmering beams of red light kind of and just sent adrift in the space between Ruidus and Exandria.
Disconnected it. I mean, there's still
You did it!
Sometimes you just have to unplug it.
Just something.
Disconnected the world.
Get it to Grog.
As that happens too, the storm above vanishes, and all of you have to brace yourself as an incredible wind pushes down upon the battlefield from above. You watch the tethered and strangled threads of Exandria's ley lines begin to relax and return. Over. And Ruidus begin to continue
Made the moon move.
Oh my god!
its rotation around the world. What are you doing for your action?
Well, as part of the bonus action, I can bring. I can move the hand up to 60 feet. So
Up to 60
bring
feet.
It
So you can bring
back
it down to you, yeah.
Hover it maybe over or next to the Abtel. Then I will drop the beacon,
You catch it there.
and then I will cast an 8th level spell.
What are you casting?
I will point at that big creature called, what's he called? Ozo?
Scrag.
Or Scrag.
Greg.
Yeah, and I will sing at him.
Bozo douche.
Greggy.
I will sing at him. Neo! Me say Neo! Scanlan sings and you do what I say. I will cast Dominate Monster at him.
It does not succeed.
Okay.
don't let it
Yes,
hit
I will
trinket.
tell him to
It's fine.
to kill anything on its back.
You're such
Regardless of what it is, just brutally stab.
no.
But try to avoid the bear.
Finishing Scanlan's go. It is now Ozo's go.
Hop on the Abtel.
You hear kind of whisper through your minds.
Oh shit.
I want to get More blood on these hands. I'm just going to go ahead and...
He's only gonna attack Trinket.
And he's going to go ahead and use his Frenzied Wrath.
On me. Oh
Yes. So, for Frenzied Wrath, he attacks 3 times, and for every attack that hits, he makes another attack. And this continues until he misses with all of his attacks.
Oh, shit.
Whoa! Wait,
What?
wait, until he misses with all of them?
Drop a d20. Yeah. A 19 and a natural 20, so that's a crit.
Evasion on this or uncanny dodge?
Use Uncanny Dodge to reduce the damage by half, yes.
Okay.
It's going to be 45 points of slashing damage,
Is that halved?
halved to 22.
Okay, 22 damage. Okay, and then he takes 46 radiant damage.
Correct.
And just
And it's knocked prone.
Gets back up. That's going to be the rest of his movement there. You know what? He's not going to get up. He's going to stay there prone on the ground next to you. And he's going to keep attacking you. So that is going to be 18 points of slashing damage.
14 points of radiant
14
damage.
points of radiant damage, okay. He gets 3 more attacks because all those attacks hit. That's going to be a 28 to hit.
Oh my god.
Jesus. Fuck. You take... That's a terrible roll. It's 14 points of slashing damage.
14?
yeah, every single time.
Natural 1. So he misses one of his attacks. So one of the 3 threads has failed. Next attack against you, natural 20.
Oh,
51 points of slashing damage.
Oh my god.
boy, Vex'ildan.
Jesus.
Oh my god. 14 points of radiant damage.
Okay. Attacks you again. That's going to be an 18 to hit.
That misses.
Misses. So the second miss.
Okay.
He still has one more attack train going forward. That's going to be a 23 to hit.
Hits.
Shit.
Yeah.
27 points of slashing damage.
I go unconscious, and he takes, well, of course, 8 points of radiant damage, and then I come back up because of Death Ward.
Oh,
That's
hello.
true.
So I've got 1 hit point left.
Okay.
He gets to hit me again.
That is going to be a 21 to hit.
Oh my 21 is my armor.
That is going to be...
Does he get hit back?
It's a crazy build.
Yeah.
He does. That brings you to 0.
13 points of radiant damage.
Oh my god.
He will now use half his movement to stand up, and he's going to finish the job.
Unless he misses.
You hear the laughing throughout the mines as he just continues to just slash and slash and slash. It's advantage to hit. It's an auto crit for a 25 to hit. 2 death saves on you. It's going to attack again.
Oh,
Vex'ildan, how do you gather your thoughts as the glass blade carnage pierces into your ribcage?
I think about my children. And I know that Vesper will be able to lead. I know Whitestone is safe. I look over at Percy. I don't even know if I can see him.
Through the legs, you can.
And I reach my hand out to him. Ooh. And as my eyes close, I say, save him.
Okay. Finishing that go, Pike, you're up.
I'm going to use Divine Intervention.
You call out to the Everlight. How so?
I just grab my symbol and I just look at Vex and I say, Everlight, please. Not today. Please bring her back.
Okay. As the Sunder King Ozo Cruth is now looking around the battlefield and sizing up his next core, you see his weapons like sparking as he collides them together, and is like starting to walk away as Vex's body lays still on the middle of the Hellcatch, rocky, crumbled, earthquake-torn floor. You see what you think to be a shooting star. But it continues to fall. And just slowly, like the tiniest mote, soft dandelion seed, it drifts down and catches her shoulder, where a golden flame burns across her chest and her arms. As the flame flickers, you see her eyes glow, and that kind of heartbeat of the Dawn Father's blessing that still sits within her kind of matches it with a flash. As that gold light burns away from her eyes blink, and you're restored to 1 hit point.
Whoa. Oh.
Round
God
revenge. Level 20
great.
God stuff, yep.
Bonus action healing word.
Alrighty, so as you see her like flash to life, as you glide up into the air, you whisper a word to the winds around you that instill her with a flicker of vitality beyond just her returning from the edge of death. That finishes your go. Top of the round, Percy, you're up with Vex on deck.
Yeah, how far away am I from that fuck that just made me watch that shit?
You were about 100 or so feet.
Okay, I'm gonna start walking straight towards him.
Okay. Around to this guy?
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, come on, Percy, no mercy.
About there at 30 feet.
Smoke is gonna start pouring out of my fucking collar every fucking go. It is trailing behind me as I'm goddamn walking. I cast Hex on that asshole.
Alrighty.
And he also now has disadvantage on strength ability checks.
Okay.
I'm in enough room to... I'm gonna pull out bad news,
Motherfucker.
and I'm just gonna use. Thank you, man. I'm just gonna pull out bad news. I'm just gonna start shooting. I'm gonna shoot.
Let's go.
Yep, here we go. Fuck this shit. 11 points of normal damage, 2 points of necrotic.
Okay.
And then I'm just gonna pump I'm gonna pump 23 points of lightning damage on top of that.
Great. All right. Is that all of your attacks?
No.
Let's say you have more, right? From
Yep.
your action surge.
Oh my god.
Under reload, that's 11 points of damage, 4 points of psychic damage,
Nice.
1 point of necrotic damage.
All right. Just blasting him. You see like a little bit of blood come out. That's your turn. Thanks, Percy. Vex, you're up with Keyleth on deck.
Finish him. By running away.
I'm
running
gonna
away.
Fuck out.
Safe.
disengage
Okay.
and
Which hopefully he doesn't.
fly up in the air. I am going to shoot an explosive arrow at him.
Okay. So whip around.
That's a 22 to hit.
22 just hits. He will spend his reaction to... Both arrows just get cut out in the middle of the air. And he's like looking up at you. I will finish this again.
Can you reach me?
I'm going to
Oh,
bonus
scrabble
action
ability.
to switch forms into my air elemental
You need
form.
to get me.
Cool.
Okay.
I kind of like, as my air elemental form starts from the top down, and as I release the earth elemental form and push off, earthquake is still up. So another 50 damage to everything
Okay.
as I float to the air. Can I see my boyfriend?
First off, 50 damage to all these structures. You watch as the towers on each side like begin to collapse. These current channels for
Okay.
the weave mine begin to
Yes.
inward.
That's how I was afraid that was going to take out Vex.
This will all
Huge. That's huge.
That's huge.
Okay, this is fun.
My heart is
leaving
racing.
this guy floating here.
What about the other tower?
A creature within half the distance of a structure's height has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, that's a lot of us.
All right, that's going to be 20 points of bludgeoning damage. So, what'd you roll?
I got a 16.
So it's 22 points of bludgeoning damage to you, Leovitel.
Okay.
Scanlan,
Full damage, 22.
22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sorry.
That, there. That's going to be a fail on him. He takes 22 as well. All three of you are knocked prone, and you are currently restrained and buried in rubble from the building.
Except for me and the hotel.
Correct.
That's right, because you are
have
freedom of
free movement. That's right. That finishes that point. This tower here is right as you rush up. The tower is collapsing. It is breaking apart in front of you.
Can I see the ball?
As it's cracking and breaking and falling, you reach forward and you can see part of it starting to pull away. And as you do, you can see the mechanisms inside of it are all pushed into this dark sphere. This sphere that is like a small, rapidly spinning, vibrating, like glass gathering of dark shadow, and it looks like it's strained and cracking.
Cracking.
You see it as you reach out and encapsulate it with your wind-charged essence.
Yeah, I almost want to just like go because I can encompass a space. So I just almost want to like take it into me.
Take it, you kind of fill the gaps in there. You shift your form through, focusing on where the sphere is placed within you, and as you do, you maneuver it through and around its fragile state, being maneuvered through the crumbling tower. As you emerge from the outside, the last bits of cables that are affixed to it, pulling and pulling, trying to yank it back as part of the main device before they snap. As they pull away, the sphere shatters inside you. And a cluster of black shadow drips out of your body. It gently hits the ground like mist. And there you see forming before the now crumbling remains of the Malleus Key as it teeters and smashes onto the ground. You see the black shadow form the tattered, standing form of Vax'ildan.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
You cannot die. You cannot die, Vexalia.
Like, I won't even get to say a word.
Is gone.
The
Tower's
tower's
gone.
gone.
It is collapsed and crumbled.
Mission successful. Let's get the fuck out.
Saw that. As a note,
Fucking pull your
Max,
wing.
Yes.
due to the state of your physicality and the damage sustained at the attack on the tower, you do start at minus 65 hit points.
Because we
65.
earthquaked the tower?
I mean, we gotta get the tower down.
Yes.
It is now Scrag's turn. Scrag was given the command to attack whatever was on its back.
That was me being an asshole. I meant to attack Ozo Cruth.
Okay. As Scrag shifts right there
Look at that mean face.
to shift on its master at the moment, as Ozo kind of looks over his shoulder, kind of seeing the strange action of one of his prized, bonded companions turning on him in the moment, its eyes wide and affected with strange, aberrant magic. It's going to go ahead and take its attacks on Ozo.
I love that Trinket's just riding his back, though.
Yeah.
Like, Trinket's having the fucking time of his life.
This is awesome.
Gotta spit out.
Ozo's going to use a legendary action to surge and regain his reaction, because he's going to want that. So with that, let's go with the 4 Scythe Claw attacks against Ozo. That's a natural 20. Natural 17 and natural 18.
Damn.
This is the irony I'm okay with.
Good boy.
Ozo's starting to look pretty hurt. Not happy.
Maybe all the hits were higher so
See if
that
the
it wouldn't have mattered.
roll a 3 did not recharge its corroding spray. It's going to do its final attack against him, which is its mandibles. Its razor mandibles. That's going to be a 21, which misses. So the mandibles do not strike. Actually, I will say it strikes down, and he puts his mace up and like lodges it in the mandible. Looks up and she goes like, shh. That's going to go ahead and bring us to Leovtel, who is currently holding the beacon in your hand.
She holds her hand out, and shadow spills out around her like a blouse, covering the floor, creeping up the stairs and wafting into the air, and she casts Mass Heal. I'm going to burn my 9th.
Whoa! Okay.
So that's hundreds of hit points. 700. So she will hit Vax and get him to full. She will hit Vex and get her to full.
Look up Cast Mass Heal, greatly help your friends, and you continue to walk holding this beacon that is just like, you feel like you're getting vertigo just walking with it. All right, that finishes your go, Leovtel. The Shrikes go. This one is going to go ahead and rush up to Grog there. 25 and a 12.
First hit, second doesn't. I'll use my retaliatory strike as well.
He's looking real hurt. Comes up and dark, like shark eyes go wide for a second as you just wham, like falls to the ground and kind of like and is like a little dazed and kind of like, come at me, bro.
Grog just starts to vibrate, and he looks down at the little shrike and goes, "Run."
I'm just gonna go like this way.
Grog's gonna look over and say, "Hey, Ozo the Bozo." He's doing his own thing. Race you to the bottom.
Get him, buddies!
Gaze
Go!
Ozo.
Yes!
And I'll go Reckless Frenzied Rage.
Yes.
And I'll make the first of 3 attacks.
Let's go.
The first one is 32 minus 5 is 27.
32. It's gonna be 27. That hits.
Okay.
Is he at
Second
26 or is he
one.
23 right now?
Is 32 minus 5 is 27.
That hits.
Okay, third one. And I'll make this a disarming strike with a superiority die.
Okay.
And that's 14, 16, 30, 36, 31 to hit.
Yeah, they all hit.
Yes!
35 on the first one. Second one is 9, 18, 23, 33 for the second one. 36 for the third one.
How do you remember?
Yes!
I'll take the blood axe and cut once into his left delt, which sends his shoulder sagging.
His mace just to the ground with a
Cut
heavy
once
hit.
into his right delt, which sends the other arm sagging. For the third one, I'll start low.
He's gonna start running at you.
Yeah, just navel to chin.
You do so, and the blade stops partway in. The axe like lodges up. His dense torso and ribcage catches it inside. The axe is burrowed into his abdomen and won't go through. And his arms themselves just kind of hanging to the side, useless. He pulls in and kind of leans into your face.
Nah, I could fix that.
Oh my god!
My hand goes into his rib cage and I into his mandible.
Yes!
I'm so sorry for killing my friend. I really shouldn't have fucked with Vox Machina.
At the death of their master, both creatures start screeching madly, a sorrowful, baleful cry and fury of vengeance.
Don't give
amidst
sad
their
faces right
creature
now.
Essence. They are both feral and frenzied.
Don't even look at my buddies.
Yeah, buddies!
Alrighty, that finishes your go, Grog. Scanlan, you're up.
I will try to get rid of this thorn in our side, the floaty guy up there in the corner.
Yeah.
I will sort of rear up on my hind legs and I'll fire a bolt of lightning up at that.
Okay. It tries to glide out of the way, and as the bolt hits it, you see it kind of screech in your mind for a second. Yeah! And it just disintegrates into ash.
I will do a new command to Scrag. Boy, that worm looks really aggressive. I think you should probably take out the worm, Scrag.
Borak will shift over here, burrowing over here, and seeing the flying, glowing, tiny little morsel that floats there. You turn around and see it like come up behind it. It's going to try and strike at you, Pike.
Okay.
30 points of piercing damage.
Which I'm resistant.
Right, so you take 15,
Okay.
and I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Almost a natural 20. Did you see it? That's a 9.
That's a 9. You are flying forward, see it coming as you spin to fly away.
No.
Everything goes dark as you see the creature.
Damn it!
Snatch up.
Damn it! Right before my damn turn!
I'm gonna just turn and face that little guy right in front of me, blade arm guy that Grog jacked up real bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm just going to take a touch attack at him, just a big fiery swipe at him.
Come on, Serkonos, impress Lievtel.
I'm trying.
can't see
21.
She's watching.
She hasn't been able to
21
see
hits.
this
Yeah,
whole time.
and then 2
Serkonos was with us.
13 points of damage on that one.
13 points of damage.
And then he's also on fire.
Yes, he is, and he falls to the ground, looking up at you. The flames carve through his skull, and he burns.
I'm narrating in real time to Lievtel what Serkonos is doing.
Amazing. Finally feeling confident, sort of looking around the battlefield, seeing all these heroes do this amazing stuff. The earth is shaking. You just puppet mastered a guy. My hero just nuked a guy from the shadows. That's exactly what I'm seeing in my mind's eye. Speaking of mind's eye, I look at my wrist, and even though I don't have a human form, I can picture my favorite bracelet that I made before we left. It just says WWSD. What would Scanlan do? After I vaporize that guy, to myself, I say, now's your chance to be charismatic and charming, to say something. Make it funny. Make it cool. Make it perverted. And then I'm going to use Blink Staff after my attack and take like 30 feet and kind of poof right in front of the worm. Because I can teleport right there. And I go, whoa. Hey! You look like diseased genitalia! Tell me! Does it burn when you urinate?
Nice.
And then I'm gonna take a punch at his urethra looking at
Yeah!
Go for it.
Punch him in the
thought you were
P-tip.
casting a spell or something. No,
Punch him in the P-hole.
18.
You're just like tethered in burning acidic darkness, and suddenly a bit of light peers in, and it looks like someone bringing a torch around the corner of a wall, and you see just like the flaming form of Serkonos just punching his way into the mouth of this creature.
Thank you for that. That was 15 damage.
Nice.
And also, because I'm inside him and occupying his space, which I can do in this form, he's on fire. His head
Yeah,
should be on fire.
the flames are emerging out of its mouth. You are kind of like glowing and beating around inside its jaw. Its vanguard folks will just continue to run. This guy here is going to run and flee.
Fucker.
God damn it.
Finish the
Maybe nothing
vanguard.
left for us to
Thought
fight.
Eater here. It's going to
That definitely fucks up my reaction.
shift up.
Oh, that's
And it's going to fly down into the center here and kind of look up and raise its hands.
Oh, what's
What
this now?
now?
And you see as the 4 different orbs here begin to glow, the spectral images of the Weave Mind.
I will counterspell it.
Okay. You see him like becoming a conduit for the Weave Mind, all generating all the psychic power into him. Begins to glow, his eyes going from a black, deep, kind of colorless darkness into a bright, vibrant, like flickering psychic frenzy. Spins and unleashes this massive blanket of like soft psychic cleansing energy in the direction of Scrag. And it just kind of dissipates.
Oh! Across the border.
It looks over at you and goes, as the grace, the weave mine kind of blink out.
I just sort
one
of
by one.
lock eyes with it, and then big piece of poop just kind of falls out.
More sample.
Yeah.
These troopers are going to quickly kind of back into place. Going to try and swarm against the wounded champion. who's scared them. And they're both going to leap off.
Cut that motherfucker.
Yep, go for it.
Come on.
Natural 20.
Let's go. 1 for 1.
10 points of slashing damage, 12 points of necrotic damage.
Hits the ground, gets up. And it's like they're both kind of hobbling and running away. That finishes their go. Top of the round, Percy, you're up with backs on deck.
I'm gonna head, take my 30 feet and head up towards where we're having a little family reunion over there.
Okay.
We'll just befriend.
Percy, is that your turn?
Oh yeah, that's
Backs,
everything.
you're up.
In a blink of an eye, I'm gonna pirouette around this this Ryloran so that I'm on the other side of it, and I will dagger. Here we go.
Let's go.
Ooh, that is a natural 1. I'll use my first luck to reroll it. That is a 24 to hit.
That'll hit.
4 points of slashing, 1 point of necrotic, 5 points, but I will also dump a second level smite in it for 3d8. 18 points of smite. That is the first dagger.
3 on that. All right, awesome.
Keep slashing with Whisper.
That does shatter the psychic shield, and now your wounds are going directly to the creature.
27 points of damage. 1, come on, man. So that is 9 plus the necrotic is 11, and I will dump another second level smite in there. 13 points of smite. Last dagger. So this was 21.
That hits.
Okay. Okay, so that is 4 is 5. 7 is 12 between slashing and necrotic.
How do you want to do this?
Hey, welcome back, bitch.
Okay, so the first slash is as Vax moves to the new position. The dagger just streaks across along its gut, and that's what breaks the shield. He continues up its sternum, cutting up to the neck, and then he pushes with such ferocity through that the head goes almost off, leaving a little bit, and then falls to the side and splits away. Then he will poof into the air 15 feet and turn and look to his sister.
Whoa.
And then turn and see the swirl of air that he knows to be Keel's the Aeroshari. And then he'll look back to the field.
I've missed you.
All right, Dex.
I'm just gonna stare at him. Let's go tug you back. And I'm gonna take off this direction.
There is where you get it 60 feet.
Okay. I'm gonna shoot 2 arrows.
Trinket.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna bonus action. Hunters mark the worm. She's back.
The arrow strikes
It
pretty heavy
hits it.
amount. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do it again.
Cool.
I'll do a residuum arrow on this one.
How do you want to do?
You did something.
I did it! Amazing. In that case, I'm going to aim for its mouth. I'm gonna go like in a little crevice past Zirconos, and I'm gonna try to lodge my residuum arrow into its like the little dangly bit at the back.
Uvula.
Okay.
I love a you.
Here, I'll toss the ball here on this. So as you fire this arrow, it goes, sinks into the back of its throat and marks up, and you see this arrow strikes in the little glistening green crystal that is a focus for magical energy. Inspires you to react.
Oh, yeah.
What do you do?
Oh, yeah. When I get a bump from your level
You'll
5.
get a bump, but also as it hits, that arrow is gonna go and split apart, and a fucking tree is gonna start growing out the back of that worm's head.
Yeah. And it's storming out, right? A little bit, yeah.
It's actually the sky is clear
The
now
sky is
because
clear?
of the blast of the ending of the Bloody Bridge.
Right. Yeah, well, it doesn't matter because the lightning's coming, baby. Hits the top of the tree, splits it in half. Right down the middle. Yeah.
I'm still yelling, Leotel, he just split a fucking tree! It's crazy!
I don't think he's here.
Just split it with a lightning bolt!
I haven't seen him in 20 minutes.
He just killed the worm!
Currently, we have many scattered figures and troops either fleeing or on their way in a bit to recover, and a scrag that is currently mentally controlled by Scanlan. Scanlan, what do you want to do in the brief time left that you can control this entity?
There's 3 Vylons over here.
I mean, I can have it kill, or I can have it run.
Yeah, flee.
Just send it off into the desert?
Make it somebody else's problem.
Yeah, I know, that's what I was thinking.
Boy.
It turns.
Old Yeller.
I want full Harry and the
Loved
Hendersons.
our time together, but you don't belong with us. You belong out there. Free. In the wild.
Oh no.
Go.
Oh no.
Go be free. Don't look at me like that. I don't like you. I don't want you anymore.
Massive bladed claw comes up and like, strokes the side of your cheek.
Let's go. Let's go.
Get out of here. As it takes off flying, Trinket runs across the back
Oh shit, that's right.
and leaps towards
Take Trinket too.
and I bamf him into my
Look at you, Trigger!
Take the bear, leave the kaiju.
And this brief minute, amongst the cleared skies, the sparkling stars above, and the eye of the proverbial hurricane here before the rest of the battle finds its way to the core that you had struck. You all take a beat. Look back at your recovered companion. Once again, on borrowed time.
It has been a while.
How dare you look younger than me? I hug him.
What will you do now?
I guess it's still just the same. You're not really back, are you?
No.
How long before you have to go?
I would like nothing more. To stay with you all. I've thought of you forever. Forever and ever.
Then stay. She's distracted. Stay as long as you can.
Yeah, this is kind of the fight. I mean, if you can get like an extended hole pass or something.
If there is no more matron, do you know what happens to you?
It's funny. I would not have her go.
You would not have her go? Okay. Well.
Takes her by the hand.
I'll still be here, I guess.
Death is a part of life. When I say I would not have her go, it does not mean that I do not want to stay. I mean, she does a kindness in all our ends. Do not mistake me. I long for our life.
I actually turned my attention to Liev. This is why you came, isn't it? What is there to do?
After this,
It's about this moment that the sounds of surrounding battle you've noticed have begun to lull. And you begin to see, gathering around the tower tops and walls in the distance, beings arriving. The reinforcements, should you have needed them, or those that were to finish the job if you could not. One such hooded, massive, angelic figure, gold skin, and a feathered wingspan that stretches 40 feet, flies in.
Champion. The deed here is done. The next fight we bring to them. To Silra. To finish what they might not be able to. Come.
the champion will turn to no one in particular and stare off into the near distance. Would it really be so bad if I were to stay? The children would love to meet you. I could finally find out how much I'm embellishing the memory of you.
You feel a hand touch your shoulder, Vax, and whisper in your ear. Those that fight to buck fate will march on their own path. In this moment, you choose what's important to you. In this
fleeting moment. And you feel her presence gone.
I touch my own shoulder where I felt that hand. I will serve you still. Here. In this mortal world. And to its end. Thank you. Turns to the rest of you. Well, what are we going to do next?
What must be done, I suppose.
What?
The night is yours.
Vax to you guys feels a little amazed and confused even to a degree, and there has been he's lived on a stretched view of time, looking in both directions, and he is feeling that slip away. He doesn't fully understand what is happening yet, and is feeling some of that touch of omniscience just fading, like when you wake and the dream wafts away. And he threads his fingers into Keyleth's hand, and then into his sister.
She tenses a bit.
He does a very tentative, gentle squeeze. Tell me what I've missed. Tell me about these nieces and nephews.
We can do better. We're Vox Machina, and we have fought today. We go to rest, we go to recuperate, we go home, and we will be cold when it is time. Come home, we are not battle ready. Let us rest, if even for one day.
Is that all you have? One day? How long?
I don't know. I want to hear everything. Go home.
Are there any trees around here?
There's a tree sprouting out of that worm's head.
I think that'll do.
It's fine. I'm gonna let go of Vax's hand for a minute and go over to Keyleth. All right.
We did it.
We did it. Darling. One night. One night.
I could use that glass of wine.
Let's pretend everything's all right. For one night.
One night. To Whitestone? There's 5 of them. Twins.
What are their names?
Vesper, Wolf, Fiona, Vax'ildan. We call him Freddy, though. It's confusing. And Gwen.
That all makes perfect sense.
Through the tree, through the tree.
The still smoldering, lightning-split tree upon the corpse of the massive worm. Keyleth conjures with what space exists enough to open a gateway to the mid-evening open starscape of Whitestone. Clean of color-tensed magic chaos for the first time in many weeks.
I return the squeeze on Vax's hand.
And as you all step through, new friends in the battle, the tree closes as the red burning moon of Ruidus still looms in the sky, where two other groups currently fight for their goals as well. And we'll get to that next time.
Oh, shit.